What is going on, y'all? My name is John, and this is Facemask Fantasy, bringing you new fantasy content every day right here on this channel. So if you have not subscribed already, please hit that button. And before I get into it, I just got to let y'all know that we are rolling out live streams. We have a live stream every Sunday at 10 a.m. to go over start-sit questions pre-kickoff, and we have a stream every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. to go over everything that happened in last week's games and to go over waiver options before the waiver deadline early Wednesday morning. So tune in with us every Sunday and every Tuesday throughout the season, and hopefully we can help you win your fantasy leagues. But without further ado, let's get into some fantasy talk. And today we're talking Washington football team's tight ends, and specifically John Bates. The Washington football team selected Boise State tight end John Bates with the 124th overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft. He's 6'5", 250 pounds, and he had extensive experience on special teams, 525 snaps across 46 career games at Boise State. He only caught 47 balls in 4 years though, and that includes 12 catches in 3 games as a senior, so he did show improvement in the receiving game as his college career went along. But with just 4 broken tackles on 47 career catches, he doesn't have the upside that some of the more athletic tight ends in the NFL or even in the Washington football team's tight end room have. He tested as a 29th percentile athlete at his pro day, so he's not an athletic specimen, especially again once pitted against Logan Thomas and Sammy Reyes, 2 of the most athletic tight ends in the NFL right now. He also failed to record a single red zone touchdown in 4 seasons with the Broncos in college. Now, I did a video on him earlier this year before the season started, and I think it's about time that I revisited the unheralded rookie because I wasn't expecting him to do anything in his rookie season, but here we are about to enter week 14, and he's played the majority of snaps at tight end in 2 out of the last 4 games played for the Washington football team. Now, Logan Thomas, the star tight end for the Washington football team, who just recently signed a 3-year extension that should keep him with the team until the end of 2024, has been injured for much of the year. He suffered a hamstring injury in week 5 that kept him out until week 12, and then a week later, last week, week 13, he suffered a knee injury that could end his season, and at the very least, should keep him out until the fantasy playoffs are over. Now, in his stead, John Bates wasn't the first tight end, or the second tight end, or the third tight end option for this team. Ricky Seals-Jones was elevated to the tight end 1 in Thomas's absence, and they signed Tamarick Hemingway and Jay Sternberger earlier in the season out of free agency. They also had a hyper-athletic RAS god, Sammy Reyes, on the squad at tight end as well, but it seems John Bates was not one to be passed up by a mid-season free agent acquisition. He started off the first 4 games of the year getting no more than 2 offensive snaps. In week 5, after Thomas went down, Bates started playing about half of the tight end snaps, mostly of the blocking variety, while Ricky Seals-Jones was left to take all of the receiving work at the tight end position. And he smashed, posting multiple TE1 weeks over that span in which Thomas was injured. Still, up until their week 9 bye, John Bates hadn't had more than 1 catch in a single game, and that all changed in week 10 as he played 64% of the snaps and caught all 3 of his targets for 25 yards. In week 11, he played 99% of the snaps, catching all 3 of his targets for 23 yards, and in week 12, he played 57% of the snaps, catching his lone target for 15 yards. And then in week 13, last week, he again played 57% of the snaps, but caught 3 of 4 targets for 42 yards and his first touchdown in the NFL. Last week was by far his best outing of his young career, and since Thomas is out for the foreseeable future, John Bates is now on the streaming spectrum for sure, especially considering Ricky Seals-Jones is dealing with his own hip injury that kept him out the last 3 games. So John Bates can put up tight end 2 numbers with low end tight end 1 upside when he catches a touchdown in one of the most consolidated offenses as far as target share goes in the NFL right now. It's Terry McLaurin, whoever's playing tight end, and the combination of Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissic. And McKissic right now is dealing with a concussion that kept him out of last week's game. So John Bates is one of my favorite streaming tight ends this week, but keep in mind he is not a long-term option. He's got a relative athletic score of 6.8. He is on his rookie deal for as long as Logan Thomas is signed to the team. He'll be 28 by the time he's not playing with Logan Thomas in the same tight end room. And sure, he can absolutely become a starting option at 28 as Waller, Thomas, Higbee, and multiple other tight ends have, but he doesn't have anywhere close to the athleticism they have, so I don't know if he ever reaches that ceiling that those others that I mentioned before have. And I'd bet money on the Washington football team keeping Sammy Reyes, who might be the most athletic tight end prospect ever to see the NFL. Yes, even more athletic than Kyle Pitts. I'd bet money on Reyes being the tight end of the future for the Washington football team, not John Bates, at least from a receiving perspective. But that said, John Bates is a viable streamer for now, and for however long Logan Thomas and Ricky Seals-Jones are out, he is a low upside tight end 2 prospect for those playing Dynasty, and not one I'm counting on for long-term upside. Again, coming into the NFL, he excelled at blocking and he excelled at special teams reps. But keep an eye on him in the short term. If you had Thomas and were planning on playing Ricky Seals-Jones or any of the tight ends currently on bye, John Bates is a viable streaming option. We'd prefer Conklin if he were available with no Thielen this week, or even Austin Hooper with no David Njoku in the room this week. But if all else fails, John Bates could be your guy at spot start tight end for the next week at least, if not the next few weeks. But what do you think about John Bates? What do you think about this Washington football team's tight end room? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is John with Facemask Fantasy, bringing you new fantasy content every day right here on this channel. So if you have not subscribed already, please hit that button. Thank you for listening and have a great day.